What's up, everybody? This is Ryan and Michael.
What up? Yes. That's my name.
With Collide in support of Waco Restaurant Week. We are just interviewing some of the people who are going to be involved. And we've already had a good time interviewing some amazing people. We interviewed Oh My Juice. We interviewed Summershine from Luna Juice Bar. We thought it would only be right to include the legendary milk bottle cookies on these interviews.
Yes.
So it's really genuinely excited to get to know like more of your story and who you are behind your product. But tell us about you, who you are, what's your name, what do you do?
I'm Mackenzie. I am the baker, owner, the person that does milk bottle cookies. I moved here from Utah about a little under a year ago, and I just put it out there. I was just telling you guys this, that I just was like, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna put a picture out there. I didn't know anybody here, so I didn't feel intimidated. And then it just, within 5 to 10 minutes, people were like, is this local? Where can I get this? And then it's like, is this gonna
Just
work?
blew up.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
Everybody was talking about it within weeks. I heard about, I was like, milk bottle cookies. Don't you put cookies in milk after they're made? Like what? You know, and then I tasted one. Oh my God. Seriously, guys? Like genuinely, this is not, I am so serious. This is not like just to make her feel good. You
it
cannot
does make me feel
eat.
good though.
That's great, but you cannot eat. You're ruined for cookies once you eat one of these cookies. Like you don't think you haven't had a cookie. You don't. I genuinely, when I ate this cookie, I thought I've never eaten a cookie before until now. I guess they're that good.
Wow.
They really are.
Thank you.
So,
Thank you.
That's good.
but yeah.
Yeah. So what was like? What made you jump off and just decide like why cookies? Like is that something, have you always been a baker, or is it like cookies? That's something people like, I could try that, or what was
I
that?
think, this is pretty much the picture of my childhood. I am Mexican, I am Italian. Food is very much the center of everything at all times. And we don't want just food, we want a meal.
Yeah.
We want the family, we want the booze, we want the dessert, we want the food, like we want the pasta, the family is really created around food, if you think about it, in any culture.
Yeah.
And I think that growing up, we had candy dishes everywhere. Candy was everywhere, chocolate was everywhere, sweets were everywhere. It was never like a restriction in my family.
Okay.
And so growing up, it was, okay, kids, we're gonna make this. We're gonna make Mexican wedding ball cookies. And it was really a ritual for my grandma to show me what to do, and for my mom to show me what to do and how exactly to do it. And so once I learned these techniques, it was like, okay, I was definitely the black sheep in my family. I was like, I'm gonna show these people and show them what a cookie is, and I would totally do weird things and weird things to the cookies, and
Like what? What kind of?
just like I wanted to. I mean, my grandpa was the person that if there was a leftover part of the cereal, he would put them all into one bowl, and that's who he was, you know.
Yeah.
And so it was like the more the better in a cookie, but to still taste the cookie. So it got to the point where I wanted to impress my grandpa and wanted to get his approval through the cookies. And then it just kind of built into recipes and to taking out the chemicals of like Crisco and stuff like that, and just doing the basic of flour and sugar and butter and eggs to get the cookie that you got when you grew up.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
So there's no secret sauce, no secret ingredient.
Yes, there is. Yeah, for sure.
Which I won't ask about.
It's love.
It's love.
Oh yeah.
You do feel loved by those cookies. My taste buds are very loved
They
by
are.
those.
They were impressed.
So so that's how you kind of came up or grew up. Was there like a period when you were in Salt Lake, right? So
Yeah.
when you weren't doing cookies?
For
Or,
sure.
Like, was there a period it stopped and then
It was
came to-
always, Ken's, you're on cookies this time. You know what I mean? It was never like this could amount to something.
Mhm.
And then in Utah, cookie companies started like showing up. And I was like, shit, I lost, crap. Sorry.
Say it's fine.
Another thing I have to
We
worry
just
about
talked
that.
whiskey, vodka, wine.
But yeah, I was like, shit, I missed my train. Like, come on, Kins, you know what I mean? And I think, like, especially in women, we are hardwired to compete. It's never like a community
Wow.
feeling. And so it was like, well, if that person did it, I'm not going to do it because they already did it. You know, I can't be the first one. I have to compete with them. It was never like, she does something different than me. We could both do this together.
Yeah.
And I feel like, I'm going off track, but I feel like with Texas, that's what I felt here. It's more about community than competition, especially in the women.
Yeah.
Like, women, it's a whole other ballgame. It's either you're a mom and you're just the mom, or if you're a mom and a working mom, it's kind of looked down upon still. Like,
Within women or at women from?
I think in both.
Both. Okay.
I think honestly in both.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, how can you juggle this all? But anyway, so yes, I didn't do
So
cookies.
interesting.
I didn't do cookies in Utah, but I did have it. I had it burning. It was definitely there.
Wow.
And so when I got here, it was like, okay,
Yeah.
just gonna do it.
Yeah. Wow.
That's so interesting that you said.
Yeah.
I don't know if it stuck out to you, but when she was like, women are hardwired to compete.
Yeah.
You don't. That's not what I like. I saw it in my little sister,
Yeah.
but I didn't feel like it was. I feel like I was telling the world, wait, she's competitive. Stop feeling sorry for her when she loses or when she like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
or not stop feeling sorry for her, but I remember having to like explain that to people about my sister, and she's like, BA, like, I mean, ran track at UT, got medals in Junior Olympics, and she was cold, but it didn't feel like the norm. But I think the more I get to know powerful women that are, you know, doing things, or even just my mom and other moms, like, that phrase, women are hardwired to compete, I feel like is, I don't know if underrated is the term or just overlooked.
It's not commonly used.
Yeah.
Like, I've never really heard that said that specifically. You know what I mean?
And I think it is a taboo subject. I mean, there's a lot of things that are coming out that are like kind of reprimanding men now for women, and that sense of, you know, like, what's that hashtag that everyone's
I don't know. She persisted. What? I don't.
something like that.
Something like that.
Anyway, but I just think that first off, like mom is the hardest job ever. You're on call 24/7, and then to add on to a job, you know what I mean? Like, it is a stigma that you can't be the best mom and a full-time job worker
Yeah.
together,
Yeah.
for sure.
How are you doing that? When did it, or not when? What's the motivation or the like how are you doing that?
I honestly,
just-
like I said, moving here, I have never experienced the type. In my family, we've always supported each other. I mean, I think we have maybe 3 men in my family, and we are all women.
Wow.
Like, I have,
Like 3 dads and just a whole
so I have
bunch
my
of-
dad, which I lost, and then my brother has the little boy, and then one of my sisters has 1 boy. So there's 3 boys, and the rest are all girls. So it's a lot of emotion, and it's a lot of women,
Yeah.
but a lot of powerful women.
Yeah.
But I think that we lose that sense of I feel like we lose that sense of supporting another woman. Like, it's always like, okay, well, you know, especially with social media, she can do that. Her life looks perfect. I want to do that. Why isn't my life perfect? Like, so for me, my motivation is I want to help that mom out that wants that. I mean, it makes me emotional. I want to help that mom out that wants that homemade cookies at home when her kids get home, or that she's like, shit, I forgot, tomorrow I have to have treats for birthdays, or I want her to feel to that point that she can say, text me and be like, I need cookies, I freaking forgot and I have a whole shit list to do, help me. I want to be helping for women.
Yeah.
That's what I as simple as it sounds, like,
huge,
to be that person for your kids, it's a lot.
Yeah.
And we have so much on our plate as a woman anyway, that I think that, sure, I'll help you. I'll bring your kid. I'll deliver cookies to your school for you. So you have that birthday treat for your kid.
Yeah.
That's, I don't know. It's just,
That's a simple big deal.
Yeah. You
It
mentioned
is.
it. You mentioned a little bit earlier. You said coming to Texas, you've kind of experienced that community. Like, so what's that been like coming to Waco? Where, you know, me having grown up in Waco, I kind of took it for granted. But coming back, I'm like, whoa, the community here is very supportive. There is that sense of almost family kind of that's kind of just runs underlying. So what's that been like coming from a different place and kind of being now a part of that? What's that?
coming here, I miss it. Like, when I go home to Utah, I'm like, I can't wait to get back to Waco, because people ask how you're doing in the grocery store. They genuinely want to know.
Yeah.
And people always say, you know, like, the best ideas come from Utah. There's so many, like, new entrepreneurs from Utah. And I love Utah, and I think it's a beautiful state. But from my opinion, they do have so many new entrepreneurs because everyone can think they can do it better. It's this
That's a
constant
competitive
competition
Yeah.
instead of just coming together and bringing everyone together.
Yeah.
And I mean, as I said, I lost my dad, and it was like, okay, I'm going to take care of my mom. Me and my husband, we're going to do this, and we're going to take care of my mom forever. And that's the driving force. And I called her and I said, you know, I don't think I'm ever going to come home, because I have never felt women like this. And it's not even community. It's not even the men. It's not the community. I've never felt women like this.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's what it is.
Whoa. Yeah. On that. Yeah, I'm like shook. And which just reminds me of like how shook I felt. I don't know if you remember, but was it March? We did the women vendor mixer. So we threw and hope to do it again next March, if not before that. We threw a kind of a vendor mixer for women, and it was from the beginning of that, from planning it to actually seeing it come to life, and the type of women that were in that room, and the type of like what you're saying, that energy behind we're all in this together as women. I've never felt that kind of like camaraderie mixed with excellence, mixed with there's still competition, but it's like I understand you as a competitor.
Yeah.
I understand your hustle.
It's not like it's like you all are boats on an ocean, and if the water level rises, you all come up together type thing. And that was super enlightening, and ever since then I've been a better boyfriend, big brother. I really have been a better son. I'm so serious. Like, I've been a better son to my mom. I literally like made a song for my mom, because like, man, my mom goes through a lot, and when she calls me, she doesn't ask like, you know, yeah, she checks up on how I'm doing, but the biggest return on her investment is hearing me say I love you.
Yeah.
And that's like the fact that it's, if I'm hearing you correctly, that is like your ROI, and doing what you do is people saying, I'm thankful for you and I love you because I see that you understand me as a woman by delivering cookies to my kids. And that's something I think the world, men need it, women need it, men and women together need your ROI to be love. And women carry that in a way that I think men need to see and experience. Like,
it's good.
Women, man.
Women, man.
I'm a believer. I'm a believer. I went from having like not fights, but like little arguments with my girlfriend and her roommates to like, okay, I get it.
I mean, we can be crazy if we need to be.
Oh, yeah.
But like coming from like cookies all the way over to women and all the way over to family, it does seem such a far stretch, but this is the point of Milk Bottle. This is the point of Milk Bottle, is to bring you back to family, to bring you back to that olden time when it is olden times nowadays, that you sit down and you eat together and you can have a chocolate chip cookie and you don't feel fat, or your 14-year-old's like, oh my God, like it's to the point now where social media has ran our life that I'm trying to bring back to the fact you can have a cookie, you can be in good health, you can have a family, you can do this whole circle without feeling restricted. Do you know what I mean? Like I was always taught everything in moderation, and I think that's why cookies, candies, everything was there. Carbs was there for me, and it wasn't a big deal because it wasn't restricted for me. And the base of everything was family. And that was, it was reiterated over and over and over again that you support your family. You're there for your family. And that's what I've tried to bring into cookies.
Wow.
Man.
So where is Milk Bottles going? Where do you see for your company for the future?
So I was just recently asked this question, and Milk Bottle is going to have a storefront. We did deter to a food truck, and the food truck is off the table. We are going straight balls to the wall. We're going to a storefront. We are not just going to have cookies. And we will later announce what we're involving in the storefront. But it is going to be amazing. It is going to be.
It already is, so I can't even imagine what.
Even better.
People say, I want to be that small, I want to be the fish in the pond, I want to be the whale in the pond. Like, I want this brand to be the pond. Like, I'm not just going to be the fish. I want to be the ocean.
The ocean.
Wow. Okay.
I'm just saying.
I'm wrapping my head around that. I'm like, wow.
Remember when I was mentioning water level rise? Like, I get that. Like, you want to be the ocean. You want to be the water that is rising all the boats. It's more than it could. Some people could hear that and think it's like this flex of like, I'm gonna be the pond.
No, that's.
But it really, like, hearing your story in your heart, it's like, I want to be the support system. I want to go the extra mile, be dug into and have to wait on the rain to come and become a lake so that you can float on water and not have to build your own lake. You know what I mean? Or pond, whichever one. Lakes.
I was always told, never spit too high in the air because it will fall on your face. Like, always. It was always in the back of my head, and I never want to come across like that. What you just said, like,
you don't at all.
I will never, like, I will always be the support system for not just women either, just small businesses, people that have the dream to just put the picture on Instagram and just be like, okay, here is my vulnerability, please take it, and just be nice.
Is this accurate to say? Because this is how I processed it. Is like that. That sounds like Milk Bottle Cookies has a cultural emphasis. Like you're creating a new culture, or not even, or adding to the culture of Waco or of this region. Would that be kind of a good way to say that?
Yes,
yeah.
for sure.
Okay.
I want to bring it back
To
like
family.
I want to
family,
just
yeah.
stop for a second, and as simple as cookies are, like how I grew up, it's around food. I want to, and that's why we started Sunday. Everyone's like, the stigma of, don't shop on Sunday, but it's church. It's, the reason why I chose Sunday the first day is because you are always with your family on Sundays. And that's why we chose Cookie Sunday, is because I wanted it to be, I'll deliver cookies for you so you can have a moment with your family and eat.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
That is the difference between the phrase of being the ocean, being a flex, or a heart posture of support. Is you're taking what most people take as a day off. You're supporting their day off by working. You're like embellishing upon their day off as a family by being open. That's
sure.
That's the difference between being an ocean and being a boat. You're like a support system by working when people don't,
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's just like,
I'm thinking of a
no
hashtag
idea.
right now, like be the ocean. It's like
Be
a
the
hashtag.
ocean.
Like,
Really?
I don't know if anybody's gonna know what that means, but if they watch this, they're gonna know.
I really do there's so many levels to that I think can be unraveled. Like there's this phrase, one of my favorite artists, I'm sure he got it from someone else, or he may not have, he's so brilliant. His name is John Bellion. He said humility, he's heard before that humility is not thinking less of yourself, but thinking of yourself less. And that is true humility, to be like, I'm gonna go kill it with all the abilities that I've been blessed with the ability to make cookies the way, that is a gift. That's not, I truly believe no one's gonna be able to replicate those kind of cookies. To go kill it and become something bigger than yourself for the sake of thinking of yourself less. Yeah. So others, to support people, that's actually humility. And if you don't look at the heart of that desire, if you don't look at the heart of what you said, some people can say she wants to be an ocean or whatever, but that's not, any entrepreneur will tell you when they become successful, it takes unreal humility that no one will see sometimes.
Yeah, for sure.
To be an entrepreneur and to keep plowing, to keep doing. There were times where people, I'm not some major artist, but there were times where I did everything for free as a music artist. Now I get booked for stuff and people hit me up to do shows, and I'm able to work with the producers I want to work with. But there was a time where it was like, yo, will you take this GarageBand? You know what I mean? There was a time where it was like, I was out here posting Instagram posts looking like a poser, you know what I mean? But I was just doing what I could with what I have, and now I'm able to support local artists, give them hints and things like that. And that was my goal, no matter what people would say about self-promotion or whatever. It's I don't care what you're saying. I love people so much that I have to keep doing this no matter what you think about. And I see that in what you're doing is you're regardless of what anyone may say or think, mistakes I may make on accident or on purpose, I have, for the sake of women and moms and family being healed in America, which I think is crucial, you're I gotta keep doing Milk Bottle Cookies.
Yeah. For sure.
Wow.
Sorry, it's
Cue the choir.
Come on, man, come on now, we're gonna bring our band up.
Let's go to ministry time. Come to the front.
Yeah, for real, it's
good, man. It's good.
I think what you're doing is important, I would love for it to become. I know it will become a community part of the community culture. When you open up a storefront,
Yeah.
I mean,
Awesome.
if you need help throwing women events or like programs, holler at your boy.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
For sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not a woman, but I believe in them.
Right?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of just want to reiterate like that phrase, like be the ocean. Like,
How should you say that?
reiterate,
be the ocean.
Yeah.
Because
I
I want to
think-
make sure that gets in there. So.
I think, honestly, like, I think with the Be the Ocean, like, especially I have 3 daughters.
mm-hmm.
I think it's important, especially me making cookies, for them to have a healthy body image. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't ever approach it in that situation. I approach it as, we're eating a meal as a family. We're going to sit down. We're going to talk. We're going to eat good food. And then we're going to have a dessert. Like, I had dessert every night growing up.
Wow.
Like, it was ice cream. It was cookies. It was cake. And it was never like, it was just a time. We sat at the table. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
we sat at the table and we just bonded. And obviously it had an impact on me because I bake cookies for a living, and the reason why I'm baking cookies is to be the ocean, to uplift women and children, and I want to be that support system. I want to be that like, okay, I can call Kins and she'll get my cookies to my school. She'll get my cookies for my birthday. I want to support these women so they can have more time with their kids. I don't want them to have to think about something as simple as cookies,
Yeah.
that I can help them so they have more time.
Yeah.
I mean, you can always always have money, you can always have, but you can never replace the time.
Wow. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Support system of all support systems.
That's good.
Being a mom was a business. She just expanded it. So like, I'm everyone's mom. Everyone's supposed to-
I'll be your mama.
But that's, man, really, this was like,
I didn't expect this to go in this direction.
No.
But it was
I know. I'm
good.
sorry, but
No, that's like, this was
you know,
perfect.
I think a really good way to end this is eating a cookie.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Bring out the cookies, just so you guys can see the amazingness, and then we'll let you go.
Oh,
I'm gonna grab the. I already ate half of them.
Okay, I'm gonna go with the.
Okay, I will too. I'll do snickerdoodle.
Oh, the cinnamon. That's so good.
Did you get snickerdoodle too? You did, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Look at. Is there a way you can like zoom in on the girth?
That's the worst word ever.
Wait, maybe what
But I do too.
thickness? What would you call it?
That's fine. Girth is great.
This. That's love right there. That's extra. That's extra love. That's only a mom can make that.
Oh.
Well, thanks so much, man. We're here for you. We support you.
Thank you.
Like, I mean, I already was a big fan, but now I feel like I'm family with you through just like getting to know you through
Yeah.
this interview.
You are.
And yeah, anything you need, anything help with, within our means, we got
Perfect.
you back.
Okay,
So-
likewise.
All right, we're signing out. Peace out.